The royal family has just sent Harry and Meghan the clearest message they have ever sent, and they did not need to say a single word to do it. Frogmore Cottage, the home Queen Elizabeth herself gifted them as a wedding present, is being stripped back to its original state. Every renovation, every design choice, every trace of Harry and Meghan is being demolished and erased like they were never there.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are being erased from the history of Frogmore Cottage. It seems, as it's been revealed through The Sun, that assessments are being made of the property to see if it can be split yet again into either multiple residences, and basically to erase every single trace of Harry and Meghan on the property.
Harry and Meghan spent $3 million transforming that cottage into their dream home. They lived there for barely 10 months before running off to California. King Charles then evicted them in 2023, right after Harry published his tell-all memoir, Spare.
They said they wanted a life away from the royal spotlight. Now, apparently, that's going to be even easier for Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are confirming they have been evicted from Frogmore Cottage at Windsor Castle as the rift in England's royal family apparently grows even bigger.
And now the palace is not just moving on. They are actively wiping Harry and Meghan off the walls. The cottage will be converted back into staff apartments. The same staff that Meghan reportedly made cry will now be living where she once slept.
Speaking of, a reunion, I don't see it happening anytime soon because Frogmore Cottage, where they used to live, basically the royals have gotten rid of any remnants and traces of Harry and Meghan.
And Harry is reportedly furious. The man who has spent years claiming he wants to reconcile with his family is watching the palace bulldoze every memory of his time there. If there was any doubt about whether the royal family wants Harry back, this answers that question very loudly. The prince has been rejected and is no longer wanted by his own people. The royal family took this step after Harry made plans to return to the United Kingdom, either to make peace with his family or reconnect with his roots, but he has been met with rejection. Now, he is experiencing a meltdown, but Harry himself is responsible for this meltdown. He wanted independence. He wanted freedom from royal responsibilities and royal troubles. But now, the reverse is happening. He wants a stronger connection with the royal family once again, yet he keeps facing rejection at every turn.
Any hopes of Prince Harry returning to the royal family appear to be dashed. The palace was quick to shut down rumours of a royal comeback, with the king reportedly ruling out any suggestion of a part-time role for the Duke of Sussex.
When Prince Harry and Meghan left the royal family, they made it clear to everyone that they wanted to be financially independent and would no longer require funding from the United Kingdom. The royal family took that statement seriously, and as a result, his security arrangements were changed. Now, returning to the United Kingdom has become a major issue for Harry because he believes the environment is not safe for him and his family. He took the government to court over the decision regarding his security arrangements, but he lost the legal challenges brought forward by him and his legal team.
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has lost the later stage of his court battle over the level of security protection he receives in the UK. His taxpayer-funded protection was downgraded 5 years ago. The Duke says that as a result, it's too dangerous for him to bring his family to the UK, citing what he says is unjustified and inferior treatment. The three judges at the Court of Appeal rejected that today. They disagreed with his challenge.
However, in January 2026, everything seemed to be moving in his favor. The Royal and VIP Executive Committee reportedly found that Harry had met the criteria for reinstated automatic armed police protection during visits to the United Kingdom. For Harry, this was a moment of relief. It seemed like he was finally going to get the security protection he had been fighting for over the years.
Prince Harry has reportedly won back his UK taxpayer-funded security after a lengthy battle. Sources close to the Duke of Sussex revealed new circumstances mean he and his family now meet the threshold for needing protection. It may also push Harry and the royals closer to reconciliation after breaking apart in 2020. It comes as King Charles was invited to visit his son in California during a planned US trip in April.
But reality quickly caught up with him. By March 2026, concerns from the public and the political risks associated with the decision reportedly stalled full approval. That situation has continued into June, and as things currently stand, any security Harry receives would have to be paid for by him. The British public does not want taxpayer money being used to fund security for a prince who is no longer a working royal.
Prince Harry and actor Meghan Markle, as their long-running battle for security in the United Kingdom takes a dramatic turn. Fresh reports suggest that fears of public backlash may prevent the couple from regaining taxpayer-funded protection, a development that could have serious implications for their future visits to Britain.
Still, on the issue of his rejected return to the United Kingdom, it is not only the public that appears distant from him. Even his family seems unwilling to get involved because wherever Harry goes, controversy often follows.
We don't need you, Prince Harry. And there are palace sources that spoke to both the Telegraph and Rebecca English at the Daily Mail, who's separate to this individual that wrote this piece, that said Harry is trying to create more problems between his brother, Prince William, and King Charles. And I truly believe this. I'm under the opinion, I'm in the team that believes that this is Harry trying to stir the you-know-what pot.
Even with all of that, Harry has reportedly made several attempts to meet with his father. He seems eager to reconnect, but King Charles has reportedly not responded to those efforts in the way Harry had hoped. Calls have gone unanswered. Messages have reportedly received little response, and instead of receiving encouraging replies, Harry is often met with silence or told that schedules are full and no meeting is currently planned.
Apparently, King Charles, because I feel even ridiculous saying this like it's fact, stopped taking Harry's calls and told the Queen, I'm not a bank. I mean, most of this stuff I take with a grain of salt and think is utterly ridiculous. This, though, I'm inclined to believe because who doesn't go to mum and dad as a bank? I still do. I'm 39.
Even in April 2026, when King Charles traveled to the United States during America's 250th anniversary celebrations, many people believed it would be the perfect opportunity for father and son to meet and begin rebuilding their relationship. But to the surprise of many, including Harry himself, no meeting reportedly took place despite the close proximity.
My insiders tell me that this trip, the King coming to America, there were some discussions about maybe a meeting. He's not seen his grandchildren in about 4 years, but now, particularly after the trip to Australia, my insiders are telling me there will be no meeting with Harry, Meghan, the King and the Queen.
With so many controversies still surrounding Harry and Meghan, the King appears careful not to become involved in any unnecessary drama. At this point, distance and avoidance seem to be the preferred strategy. Because of this, Harry is reportedly trying to remain strong on the outside, but internally, he may be struggling. Nobody wants to feel rejected by their own family, especially when they are making efforts to reconnect.
I think it's the King who's rejecting this meeting. That's certainly what the Sussex PR machine put out. They're the ones who let the world know that a meeting wasn't going to happen. They put out a statement saying that the King was too busy and the Duke understands that his father's diary is full.
Even Meghan, the woman Harry followed to Hollywood, has little interest in relocating to the United Kingdom. For Meghan, everything would need to be perfect before she would even consider spending significant time in the UK. She would want strong security, respectful treatment, and conditions that meet her expectations. Instead, Meghan appears focused on her projects in the United States. Her priorities are very different from Harry's. This makes a full family return seem increasingly unlikely. Harry wants to reconnect with his royal roots, while Meghan remains focused on building a life in America. As a result, Harry's solo trips to the United Kingdom may continue throughout 2026.
Meghan has said to Harry, you've got to start earning some dough. Because, of course, we know that Meghan is a very ambitious person. She's quite enterprising. She's got the As Ever brand. She's got her TV contracts.
Harry appears to miss royal life. He seems to miss the structure, the family connections, and perhaps even some of the purpose that came with being a working royal. Meghan, however, appears unwilling to trade her Hollywood ambitions for a return to royal life. She has spent years trying to build a public profile in America and has little interest in giving that up. This creates a conflict of interest that makes Harry's situation even more complicated. Even Harry's legal battles are not completely over. Court proceedings and legal disputes continue to keep him in the spotlight. To many people in the United Kingdom, these ongoing legal fights create the impression that Harry is still combative rather than focused on reconciliation.
Well, he told the High Court he was conditioned by the never complain, never explain policy and felt he had no alternative but to accept it, kind of pushing blame on the British royal family. Yet he contradicts himself somewhat later on in his testimony, acknowledging that complaining often makes matters worse. That is a lesson many would argue he has learned the hard way.
Multiple appeals concerning security arrangements have either been rejected or failed to move forward. Some never even reached a full hearing stage before being dismissed. For Harry, these repeated setbacks are a reminder that times have changed. He may once have been one of the most popular royals in Britain, but public attitudes today are very different.
And Prince Harry has lost his legal bid to have his police protection reinstated in the UK. Harry argues he and his family still require armed security when visiting England due to hostility on social media and the news media following them around.
Every attempt to improve his security situation appears to face resistance, and this has reportedly left him frustrated. He may wonder how things changed so dramatically. The answer, according to many observers, is that the choices he made after leaving royal life have contributed to the position he finds himself in today. The British public is also playing a role in this situation. There has been growing concern among taxpayers that public funds should only be spent on royals who actively work on behalf of the monarchy. Many people believe that if Harry chose California over royal life, then he should also accept the consequences that come with that decision.
I mean, this guy's so arrogant that I don't think he gives a damn about British taxpayers, to be perfectly honest with you. The fact is that if you're not going to do your royal duties and you're going to stick the knife in on the way out of this country, then you shouldn't have police officers on duty protecting you when you come to this country. That's not, I think, a controversial view.
This public backlash has influenced how people view Harry's situation. To them, it is self-inflicted. He chose a different path, and therefore, he should not expect the same privileges that come with royal service. The rejection Harry is experiencing appears to be affecting him deeply. During visits to places such as Ukraine and other international engagements, Harry has pushed back against being labeled a non-working royal. He continues to insist that he remains committed to public service and charitable work.
Harry asserts in an April 24th interview with ITV News during a visit to Ukraine, "I will always be part of the royal family. I'm here working and doing the very thing that I was born to do, and I enjoy doing it." He adds, "I enjoy being able to do these trips and come and support the people I've met before."
However, the presence of brand deals, business partnerships, and activities connected to the Archewell Foundation has caused many people to question those claims. Many commentators argue that if humanitarian work is truly the focus, then why are commercial opportunities always attached to it?
Now let's talk a little Harry and Meghan. Their Archewell Foundation has been declared delinquent by the state of California, meaning it is not in good standing as a charity and not permitted to engage in activities like raising and spending money, pretty much all you would expect a charitable fund to do.
This ongoing debate adds even more pressure to Harry. His repeated insistence that he still serves the public suggests a man who is frustrated by the rejection he faces in the United Kingdom while trying to maintain relevance abroad. Although Harry is expected to return to the United Kingdom for the Invictus Games in 2027, he reportedly continues to push for at least some level of royal-style security and support. Even if full protection is not granted, he appears to want assurances that would make him feel safe while attending the event.
What we have been hearing is that Prince Harry is really keen to get his father involved, which I can tell you now Prince William will not let happen under any circumstances.
I think it would be nice for the king to have a relationship with his son again, but I dare say you're right, William won't allow it for the time being.
However, based on how things currently stand, there may be little or no royal involvement. The royal family appears tired of the controversies that continue to follow Harry and Meghan and may prefer to keep their distance. Adding to Harry's difficulties, some major sponsors associated with the Invictus Games have reportedly stepped away. This has created additional pressure because sponsorship is essential to the success of large international events. Harry is now facing one of the biggest challenges of his life as support becomes harder to secure.
Boeing, which has been a major sponsor of the Invictus Games in Canada, has pulled out. And they're not going to be sponsoring the next event here in the UK in Birmingham next year in 2027.
Financial pressures also continue to fuel speculation about Harry and Meghan's future. Maintaining their lifestyle, business ventures, and public image requires significant resources, making every setback more difficult to manage.
They are so broke financially. The couple are a laughingstock in Montecito. A really good example of how financially challenged they are. It's almost unheard of to buy a house in Montecito and just move into it, right? You buy a house and you do like a $7 million remodeling job, right? To make it all up to date. You don't take the sort of, we've seen the insides of the house. Yep. It's hideous. It's absolutely hideous.
As a result, many observers believe Harry is experiencing frustration on multiple levels. He feels distant from his family, disconnected from the country he once served, and increasingly uncertain about his future. After looking at everything that has happened, it appears Harry is deeply disappointed by the lack of progress in rebuilding relationships. Even in the middle of 2026, he may have believed these issues would already be resolved. Instead, the distance remains. His father has not fully welcomed him back. Other family members appear cautious, and public opinion remains divided.
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point. And the things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. I love my country. I always have done.
These ongoing setbacks seem to be taking a toll on him. Harry appears frustrated, hurt, and uncertain about what comes next. The situation he once believed would improve has continued much longer than expected, leaving him searching for answers while facing rejection from several directions at once. So, what do you think? Is the royal family right to erase every last trace of Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.